Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mental Garage. If you don't know what Mental Garage is about, I do have an introduction video. Please go back and watch it. Mental Garage is about helping men with mental health have a platform where they can come learn a bit about working on their own cars and doing some repair procedures such as panel beating, spray painting, mechanical work. This is based on just getting an awareness out there to help males come out that do have mental health and talk about it. So in this episode, we're going to just repair up a guard on a Mazda 3 that I have here. Generally, I would change this guard. It's just not worth the time for what the guard actually costs. But for this purpose of the video, I'm going to just show you a quick repair procedure on some basic hand tools that you can use to fix up a guard. Obviously, repair it up and ready to paint. So I'll quickly show you the guard and walk around the car, and we can go from there. Alright, so this is a 2012 Mazda 3. I've removed the front bumper bar and headlights. It does have some other damage which I'm not going to do a video about just because it is a bit of a time-consuming job. I just want to get this car repaired up and taken through inspection so I can register it and put it up for sale. But yeah, this guard here, a genuine guard, I can get them for about $150, I think they are. So usually I'll just change that guard. It's not worth me spending the time to repair it, but I'll just show you a quick, do-it-yourself video on if you had some accident like that on your car and you just wanted to fix it up and make it look half decent so it doesn't look like it's damaged anymore. Alright, so like I said, I've removed the front bumper bar, I've removed the headlight, I've removed the splash liner from inside so I can put my hand in here and do some knocking around. At first I'm just going to get a hammer and I'm just going to start knocking it. As you can see, a lot of that line just already popped out. So what we want. Now, if this was just a cheap car and you just wanted to make it look good so it doesn't have that big damage on it, then you could just start sanding it down and put some filler in it. Obviously, I want it to come out a little bit nicer, so I've got some panel beating tools that I'm used to make this look a lot nicer. So I'm just going to go along with those tools and finish it off where I'm happy with that job, where I'm happy to put some filler in it. So I'll quickly do that and come back to it. So pretty much what I was using is this here is called a flipper. It has like a rough textured finish on it. Obviously that hits down a lot of the high spots and brings up the low spots. So that's what that tool there does. On the back of it, what I'm doing is I've got a couple of steel dollies here. This one here is a heel dolly and that's a toe dolly. They're nice and solid, nice and flat shapes or curved shapes for what you need. If you do have a bit of a curve, then you can go to that side there instead of holding it flat and putting a big low spot back in the panel. So there are a couple of dollies I use, and then just a planishing hammer. You can get different sorts. You can get ones that have got like a little peak like that on it, which work pretty good as well. What I was actually doing was holding the dolly on the back and then tapping the metal, and then even with this side here, you may just go along and hit out the high spots or your low spots, whatever you need to do, and yeah, you can make the panel look half decent like that, where you can put some filler in it, and by the time you prime and paint it, it's going to look like you know, the panel was never damaged. So I'll get the sander out and give that a quick sand. Finished up and sanded down. It's really good. I can put some filler on that, and that's going to be a real easy sand down and repair job. Obviously, I did try and keep it as minimal as possible. Like I said, if it wasn't for this video, I probably would have just changed the guard. For me, it's time is money as well. So, like I said, a brand new genuine guard I can get for about $150. For $150, the time that I'm going to spend to repair this, I'll just get a guard and paint it up. And will save me having to do this repair procedure. But for the sake of the video, for you guys wanting to learn some panel beating techniques and some spray painting techniques, a bit of filler work and priming, masking up, stuff like that, I will show you some small repair procedures like this, which is quick and easy to do, and there's nothing actually wrong with doing this. It's just the cost factor, like I said, the guard, and the cost of the guard compared to actually having to repair it and the time that you have to put into it. So yeah, pretty much why I'm doing this. So that's my guard all sanded down, and it's actually come out really good for a quick, 5-minute repair job. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Alright, so after you've checked over your panel, you're happy with it, you've sanded it all down, make sure that there's no bits of paint that you haven't missed in the sanding process. Obviously you want to have it nice, like a nice even finish, and sand it down properly so you get good adhesion with your fillers and your primers and stuff that you put onto it. Here I have some, it's a 2-part mix. That's some filler, bog, bondo, whatever you want to call it. Different countries call it different things. And then here we have the hardener. So what we're going to do is just mix up the hardener with the bondo, the bog, the filler, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so we've just mixed it all in nicely. And you want to get your application really good, like the smoother you get your finish with the filler, the easier it is to sand. Now, depending on the weather, how hot it is, today is about 26 degrees Celsius. So it is a bit of a warmer day. This will start drying off within a few minutes. So you want to have some time to be able to apply the filler, how you want to apply it, depending on how big the area is as well. And allow enough time to be able to get it all on there and nice and even. Clean up any excess that you don't need, especially up here. I haven't sanded up there, so clean that all off. This bottom style one, we get all the excess out from there, so we don't need to clean it up after. You want to be as clean and as tidy as possible, and like I said, have enough product on there that you don't need to always keep applying either. So you put a nice even coat on there, like I said. The smoother the finish, the easier it is to sand. So just go over it nice and easy. couple of times. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I reckon pretty much that one coat will be enough to, you know, fill up. Will be enough to fill up a lot of that little distortion in the panel that's left there from obviously punishing the panel up. So yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, so we've given that about 5-10 minutes to dry off and harden up. What I'm going to do here is we've got a style one that comes across there, so I've just got a pencil. What I'm going to do is just hold my hand on the bottom of the guard and just, you know, get a nice even line like this. Where that style one's meant to go. Beautiful. Don't know if you can see that well, but there's a nice pencil mark there, so I know where my style line is. I'm going to get some tape. Just run it across that style line or that pencil mark. So we get a nice style line finish on it. Put a couple of passes of the tape, because as you said, you do knock a little bit off. Put my mask on. And I've got some 80 grit sandpaper. You want a nice block. The block is what's going to make the panel nice and flat, so make sure you do have a decent block with some good sandpaper. The bloody tape's coming off. So when you're sanding as well, you want to change direction in which you're going. So first I went this way, then I'm going to come back this way. Feel the panel, see if you can feel any high spots or low spots in it. It's feeling pretty good already. Then we're coming back to the metal, which is good, because if you don't want to put heaps of bog on there and just leave it on there, you want to get it back to as flat as possible with the least amount of product on there as possible. So we'll take off the tape now and we can have a look to see out our style line. That looks killer. Alright, so now what we're going to do, so this is 80 grit sandpaper, we're going to move down to 180. So on here we used 80 grit sandpaper, we're going to a 180 now. For demonstration purposes, I'll show you a little trick. You can always apply a little bit of guide coat. I just got some black paint here, some black spray paint. You can apply a quick coat of that, just to give you a reference on if you do have any high spots or low spots. Obviously the high spots you'll sand the black off first, and if you see any black areas that haven't been sanded, then that's a low spot, and it gives you a bit of an indication as well on where you've sanded and where you haven't sanded. And we can, just to get it nice and straight, apply that style line again. And I can see now that there's no guide coat left on there, so I know that's been sanded nicely. You can take that tape back off. Maybe give it a quick blow off. So there it is. Beautiful. What I can do now is just take that 180 that I was using, fold it up a little bit and just tie up the edges. And we'll start getting this ready to put some primer on it now. So clean up all your edges down here. Make sure you've got a nice clean gap. And the back of the panels as well. If you get any 80 grit scratches out, the left one. It is very important to get the 80 grit scratches out, because the 80 grit scratches, after you do primer, can shrink back, and it will show you in the finish of the paint. So make sure you get a good 180. You can even go over it with 240. I'm using a high build primer, so that will fill up any very small imperfections. What I like to do, and you can check for any pinholes. Obviously it looks pretty good, so we can leave it at that, and that's pretty much ready for primer now.